am I really listening to the client and not just me trying to give them what I want to give them, but am I understanding what they want, and am I fulfilling that need? Because at the end of the day, if we are really fulfilling somebody else's need, the deal will be done.
Welcome, welcome to another episode of Ask Master Anything. My name is Maria, and here we are today with Master Shri Akarshana. Namaste, Master.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for welcoming us today in your house as a special edition for this show. And the question that we have for those of you who are wanting to manifest something, but maybe you're finding some roadblocks on the way, then this episode is for you. The question asked by Kate Spinelli, and she says, I have been trying to manifest a big ticket sales for my company. However, there have been so many roadblocks from the client. They said in the document that we got the sales, we got it, but then they asked us to hold it. It has been going back and forth. What do I do? How do I clear these roadblocks? Thank you and namaste.
So, with regards to manifestation, there's multiple parts to it. The first part is obviously setting the intention and getting this client in the first place. So it looks like they did a good job with the vibrational frequency, and they managed to attract this client who is at least engaging. So engaging, attracting is down to law of attraction. Then the next part of it, there's two parts actually. There's the law of the right action. So the law of action. What action are you taking? What are your closing skills? Are you doing a good job of it? Are you listening to the client's requirements and giving them what they need? Because that's what business is. It's about service, serving other people. But then aside from law of action, not just law of action, that could be playing a role here. There could also be a law of surrendering that could be playing a part as well. Meaning, how attached are you to the outcome that this deal must be closed? And sometimes if it's a case that finances depend on it, it will be the case that there will be an attachment to that outcome. And so I think the questions to put in here really is, number one is, am I really listening to the client? And not just me trying to give them what I want to give them, but am I understanding what they want, and am I fulfilling that need? Because at the end of the day, if we are really fulfilling somebody else's need, the deal will be done. And I think actually this is a good reminder for especially those, there's a lot of people who try to manifest a good relationship. And a lot of people usually message in and text in and they say, Master, what can I do? Because we were together, everything was great. She loves me and I love her and everything was perfect. Suddenly they said they don't want to be together again anymore and they left me and whatever, but I know they love me. No, but this is not the... There is something that you are not fulfilling to the other person. You can say they love you. You can say they say they really want it too, but it's not working out. If they really, really, really wanted it, if anybody really wants anything, anybody will get it done. Really, they will make sure it's there. So, I think in the same sense, if your client really, really wanted the service that you have, they won't make excuses. So there's only two parts to this equation in a sales process. Is a salesperson offering their value will be trying to sell the customer or clients on their product or service. And on the other side of the spectrum, you have the client, which is trying to sell them the idea of all the reasons why they cannot do it. So it's a sales transaction. It looks like right now in this situation, the person selling their butts and however and reasons, they've got too many doubts. So that needs to be addressed. With that said, that's only one part of the equation, because the second part of the equation is the law of surrendering. So if somebody is so much so that they are messaging, now I don't know, I could be totally wrong, asking for help now, are they too attached to this one outcome? I think in life, a lot of the time our manifestations fail is because we are too fixated on one thing to get our outcome. If we allow ourselves to, yes, set the intention for the outcome, but don't need to set the intention for how we're going to get there, we will be very relaxed. Meaning that if I had $1 million goal, I'm going to approach tens or hundreds of $1 million people. And so I have no attachment. If one says no to me, I have no attachments, because I'm like, that's okay, next. You know, in sales they have the same thing. Some will, some won't. So what, next? So I think that, you know, sometimes we don't have to be so fixated and it has to happen this way. Set a plan so that it can happen multiple ways. And just keep working. And know that if you try enough times, one way is going to work for you. And if you have that in mind, guess what? You're no longer going to be so attached to that one client. And the magic happens usually then, because when you're not attached to that one client, guess what? That one client comes back and says, hey, by the way, I do want it, you know? That's what happens, because this is the law of surrendering. So I think these are the two factors that I'm seeing here.
Thank you so much, Master. That is extremely insightful, and the way you compare it with other areas of life, it's just very, very very important for us to understand. And also I remember from your teachings that as long as we are doing everything that we can in the best way that we can, then is when we allow ourselves to relax and wait for the outcome to come. It's not like, oh, I'm not going to do anything and just surrender, because it's, of course, taking that action. So thank you so much for reminding us of that. And thank you for being here, guys. And if you have if you have enjoyed this video and you found it valuable, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And also on the description you will find the link to Discord. There you will be able to ask your questions, and then maybe next time your question will be featured in this show. So until next one, namaste. Thank you, Master.
Namaste.